Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, I just finished the build on this and I thought, you know what? I do want to do something to the inside and the outside. This just looks so sad and lonely all by itself. And this is such a flat world with no detail. So let's see what we can do easily, quickly. And I am in creative mode. This is a super flat world. Okay, we're going to need some basics. We're just going to treat this as if it's a starter house primarily. So we're going to need a bed, and again I am using the smooth chocolate texture pack. So there are some slight differences, but for the most part it looks like regular Minecraft. It's a little smoother look. Okay, we need a bed, we need a furnace, we need crafting. Oh, I think in this one it's called workbench. I think in plain vanilla it's called crafting table, I do believe. What else would you need? Chests. And we might use some trap chests. If you have a little bit of iron, you should be able to make a couple of trap chests pretty easily. Alright, and we're not going to dress up this bed. We're just going to use a regular bed. And we're going to put, let's sink the chests down here. That'll give us a little bit more space. And I like to put that at the bottom so that if you are looking down, it has the wood underneath so you don't see dirt. Okay, so we're going to do that. So that's the equivalent of 2 large chests in a very small area. You can obviously run it up. Now you can't put one up here and expect to open it unless you used slabs or stairs up here, but which you could easily use the slabs, but in this case we used blocks, so we're not going to go, and I'm not going to go all the way up the wall with them anyway. Alright, so for crafting, let's do little craft table there, and we'll do our furnace over here, and let's use some, trying to think, starter house, easy access. We're going to go ahead and use acacia for the chairs so they stand out from the wood floor. So we have our little crafting table and a little seating area at the same time. And then we have our furnace over here, and we're just going to leave that furnace just like that. Then let's see, I wonder, I don't know if it'll let me or not. We will check and see. Yes, it will. There we go. So we have some color. So we have bed, we have a little bit of storage, we even have a seating area and a furnace. And it doesn't look completely cramped either. And of course, if you wanted, you could add another window over here. But the design for the UO house, there is no window there, so that's why there is not one. And let's do a painting. If you have sheep for a bed, you could probably find a painting pretty easy. or make a painting pretty easy. Come on, just give me a little one. All the times I want the big ones and I get the little ones. Now I want a little one, I'm going to get big ones. That works. So it's quaint and cozy, and that took, what, 5 minutes to do the interior because it's so small. You don't want to overload it. And of course, you can always use trapdoors and make shelves and things like that, but I think we're going to call the interior good. And if we do the interior decorating for the other little ones, then they're probably going to look the same. So there's not a whole lot of variety you can do in a place that small. And we ended up not using any trap chests. We just used regular chests. All right. Chances are oak leaves are going to be your easy grab. Coarse dirt is easy to make. It's just gravel and dirt. So that'll be an easy beginning survival material. And let's go ahead. We don't need it to use the oak wood, but we're going to. And we're going to use some jack-o'-lanterns buried for a light source. Okay. So let's start with, let's put one here and one here. Let's do that on the other side. And I'm taking it down too so that it's not easily visible, but you still get some of the light that will come up. And I'm going to use coarse dirt. I really like coarse dirt for flower beds. Because the grass won't spread back over it. And this is not going to be a big fancy flower. It's not going to be a real fancy landscaping. We're just going to add a few simple things that will make a lot of difference. Alright, so we're going to go with, let's put our dirt in first. Let's just fill this in. Okay, and let's start with our bushes. We're going to go ahead and let's put this here for the base, and we're going to make this very symmetrical. It's going to be, everything is going to be the same. Well, let's say everything. This is not going to be a very wild flower bed. This is going to be a very OCD type of flower bed. Okay. See, from a distance, that dirt, it's, you know, this kind of gives it a base, a stem for the brush to grow from. And we're going to go ahead and have it, let's go ahead and have it wrap around here as well. And we'll just do a couple here. And it only takes 2 iron ingots to make a pair of shears. So chances are you've made one, well, probably not right off the bat to make your bed. You probably didn't have the iron for it immediately. But if you've done very much mining, it doesn't take that long to get it. And of course you can be a lot more creative and stagger your shapes and have it not quite be so symmetrical, but this is what we're doing for now. Alright, so let's get some color in here. Love the orchids, or the the orchids. We are going to put some, you'll find those in swamp biomes. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and use some, these are actually poppies. This texture pack calls them roses, but these are actually poppies. Your poppies and your dandelions are probably going to be easy to find, and your oxeye daisies. If we're talking about a brand new starter house. And let's just do these. Let's see. And let's go with the orchids. No. Let's go with the daisies. They have that yellow center that kind of accents the dandelions. And then let's do the same thing in the back. We'll just alternate the dandelions and the daisies. Like I said, this is not a very sporadic garden. This is okay. And then on the sides, let's do some, let's go ahead and keep going with the dandelions, but let's mix it up with the poppies on the sides. Oh, yeah, that works. Okay. Gives us a little bit more color. And you could always do a window box under this window, which I do that a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. And we'll use the dark oak stairs to match our... Actually, yeah, let's do the dark oak. Let's see. And we'll use trapdoors. Okay. And we'll use our coarse dirt. And we'll put trapdoors on it. And we'll put the orchid here. And as you can see with this smooth chocolate texture pack, the flora has a little animation where they're kind of dancing, and your trapdoors have a little different look, your chests and bed have a little different look, but primarily it looks the same. Okay, so we have a very organized, very symmetrical flower bed and bushes surrounding the house. That gives it some color. Let's do, oh, I want that coarse dirt back. All right. Let's do some oak. And let's get some glass panes. And some bone meal. And let's put one here. Alright, they gave us a nice big oak. And let's put another one on the other side. Let's see, that was just 1, 2, and then right here, wait. 1, 2, 3 from there. Okay. 2. Now see, the reason I am doing most of my, oh come on, grab, thank you. I'm doing that series I mentioned in the previous episode. I'm doing a series where I, the trees are bigger than the house. We'll put one more in the back. We're not going to do it even Steven. We'll put one more in the back, kind of random. But I'm working on a world, and I'm doing it in survival with a regular map, so that, because a lot of times YouTubers will do these great builds and they'll offer the worlds for download, upload, whatever. But you can't really play them because they're in the flat worlds. You can't go mining, you can't, I mean, so unless you're just going to build and add on to what they've built, what are you really going to do? So, this, I'm just doing to mess around, just to show quick builds. But in my other series, I'll be doing things like this, but I'm going to be doing it in survival mode on a map where you can actually mine and go get resources and harvest wood, and that was redundant. Get resources kind of covers all that. But where you can do all of that and go cave exploring and things like that. We're going to use, for a sidewalk, we're just going to use regular cobblestone. That's something that's easy to get, and we are going to keep it like a regular sidewalk. And we'll bring it out to about there. And let's fence this off. What do we want to use as a fence? Let's look at the slabs. Actually, I'm tempted to go with this brick. And I wonder how that'll mix with this. Let's look and see. Yeah, that looks wide enough to me. And then let's go with I'd say that proportion was right. But I don't think I like that. Let's see. Yeah, we have two. Right? I did two. Okay. 1, 2. And yes, I do realize I'm using a lot of brick. So in order to do this build, you would have to gather a lot of clay. But you could always use cobblestone and smelt it and get smooth stone and then turn it into bricks, or there are other resources that you can get easily in the beginning of a Minecraft world. I get really burned out on cobblestone, and I see a lot of people that are either new to Minecraft or maybe the world that they are on is new, and they go real heavy with the cobblestone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I personally, why did that not work out? Oh, because the front has that gap. But you really don't have to go with the whole heavy on the cobblestone look if you'll just smelt it and get the smooth stone. That'll give you another texture. So you have your cobblestone, then you have your smooth stone, then you can take that smooth stone and make it into bricks. That gives you another texture to work with. Then you can take those bricks and you can smelt them again and get the cracked brick. That gives you another texture to work with. And you can take the regular stone bricks and you can make them into slabs and then put those together and get that chiseled. That gives you another texture to work with. You can also go straight from the stone into the slabs. That gives you another texture to work with. So there are a lot of different textures you can work with the cobblestone without everything having to just be cobblestone. Cobblestone is a good building material, and it is great for accent and things like that. But let's put a back gate on this. Let's go with a dark oak since we've used that as our accent wood. I'll just put that there. We'll put that there. And we'll have our little gate. Okay, so now we need, let's, no, I still don't like it. Let's do this. And let's do that. And let's add some light here. And at the corners for sure. And I actually don't like that gate. We'll leave the one at the back. But I don't like that one blocking off the entrance. Okay, so what is this? Oh, just a light glitch. Okay, so we have some lights, and I'm not sure I like that either. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a weird mood, but nothing looks right to me. And it may be one of those things that just has to simmer on my brain. Okay, so we don't have a fancy yard, but we have a pretty little flower bed around our very simple 7x7 house with just basic furnishings, cute and cozy. We have our basic stuff in here, and of course the window boxes bring even more color into the house. That I like that a lot. We even have a little painting, a little seating area, storage. Not a lot of storage, but you could always put more storage. You could always sink. You could always oh, come on. Grab it. My scroll button is not wanting to grab. Okay, so that gives us even more storage. So basically we have 4 large chests worth of storage in here. And I still don't think it looks cramped. I think it looks cozy. So, and we have a little bit of color. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go outside and get a final look. And of course you can always take the coarse dirt and put it around the trees and add more flowers, maybe some tulips. I've seen people use wheat. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's put a little bitty wheat. Oh, I probably wanted that bone meal. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go in. See how much space we have. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's. 1, 2, 3. Let's go right here. Now, a lot of times I'll put sand under the water because I just like the way it looks. But this will give us more light. And we're just going to do, because this still gives us space to walk around it. Okay, so you have a very basic starter house that's very small. You have a cute little yard and even a little wheat farm in the corner. So you have about 4 large chests worth of storage inside. Of course, it won't take long to fill that up, especially when you're first starting. But it's not a bad little house, considering how tiny it is. And another thing you can always do, if you like the look, you can always take your bone meal and add a little bit here and there for some texture to your yard. I don't like scraggly grass, so I don't do this very often, and I usually have this strong compulsion to bust out all the grass. But if you want a little bit of texture, a little bit more detail to your yard, that's an easy fix. And trust me, skeletons are not hard to find. Just don't go to bed at night. So we have decorated the inside and the outside. The outside took considerably more time, obviously, but I think it's a cute little house. I think it turned out. Still not completely thrilled with the lighting on the fence. If I think of something I like better, I'll come back and change it probably. One more thing I want to do real quick before is I want to show you what this looks like in vanilla. See, it doesn't look that much different. The grass looks a little different. The wood is less smooth. You have a little more, actually the sand looks prettier. You have more detail in the sand and the sandstone. So this is what it looks like in vanilla without my little texture pack on. So it's still a cute little cozy house. And sand is usually easy to find, even if you don't start in a desert. There's usually a beach somewhere nearby. So it's an easy building material. And the wood doesn't have to be dark oak. If you start in a regular forest, just use oak. If you have access to spruce, use spruce. The birch would be a little bit bland. It wouldn't give it much of a contrast. Birch is very close to the sandstone color, so I would not recommend using birch. But spruce would work, oak would work. I would not recommend acacia. I think acacia would clash with the red brick. But anyway, we're going to call that our first just creative build, mimicking, oh, and see the trapdoors look a little different, but it still looks good. Still looks good. Mimicking the UO style houses. converting them into Minecraft. And we're going to call it good. Thank you again for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate it, and we will see you later.